Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making a pork roast from frozen to delicious. Alright, I'm starting out on my pressure cooker. I have roughly a 3-pound pork roast that I cut off a big pork loin. I got a good deal on $1.99 a pound, so I picked up one. Now this is frozen solid. You can still see the ice on it and stuff. I'm going to start by adding in 2 cups of water. And I'm going to add in 2 chicken bouillon cubes. You could also use 2 cups of chicken broth if you have it, or the veteran bouillon paste. And I'm going to put some of my McCormick's Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, and garlic seasoning on this. I'm going to sprinkle some on the roast and get some down into the water. Now the reason I'm using 2 cups of water, even though this pork's going to put off juice, we're going to make a gravy after the pork is done, the roast is done. I'm going to close this, make sure we're set on seal. Alright, now I'm going to set this to cook for an hour and a half. So let me find my meat menu. There is number 5. And we're going to do the time cook. Now it's going to take an hour and a half because this is frozen solid. If it was fresh, an hour would be fine. But you got to give it extra time for it being frozen. And what I'm going to do after that hour and a half, when the time is up, I'm going to allow this to do a natural release for 10 minutes before I release the rest of the pressure. Right now that my pork roast is done and I left it rest for a few minutes, I pulled out and set it aside and tin it with foil. I'm going to dump my broth from my roast into this fat separator to get the fat out of it, and we're going to make a gravy. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute and then I'll get back in the pot. Right now that I put my broth back in the pressure cooker, I've sit on sear saute and it's getting hot. I have a cornstarch slurry here I mixed up. And what that is, that's about 3 teaspoons of cornstarch and about 3 teaspoons of water. I'm going to stir that in. And I'm going to allow this to come up to a boil and start to thicken up. I add a little bit of salt and I taste it needs a little bit of salt. I went ahead and I pulled the fat cap off of the pork roast. I cooked it with the fat up top because what that'll do is that'll help baste the roast. And guys, this here is fall apart tender. You can see I can't even slice it barely because it just wants to shred right apart. This is ready to go. My gravy's done. Let's go ahead and fix up a plate and see what we got. I also went ahead and made some red skin mashed potatoes, put gravy over that, some buttery corn. I served some gravy over top of my pork. I had to think for a second what I'm eating. Let me try this, guys. Tender, moist, well seasoned. That gravy is really delicious. Pork roast from frozen to delicious. Thanks for watching and supporting me. Remember, love what you eat and eat what you love.